Okay, you might remember a little while ago that we did Oaked Arrogant Bastard. You might be thinking, hey, he's going to probably do a review for regular Arrogant Bastard. That'll come one of these days, but today we're going to do another Bastard Ale. This is Double Bastard, and this is a heavy, heavy hitter. It's still the same style as Arrogant Bastard and Oaked Arrogant Bastard is. It's the American Strong Ale, which is kind of a catch-all category for American ales that are above 7% alcohol by volume. If they can't really fit into a category and it's an ale, they usually say American Strong Ale because anything above 7 is pretty strong. This one definitely is very, very strong. 11.2% alcohol by volume, a huge heavy hitter. World-class beer as well from our friends at Stone Brewing Company in Escondido, California. As far as the into specifics about this beer, it was brewed first in the year 2000, I believe September of 2000, so this beer is over 12 years old at the time of this review. I don't really know too much else about it. You can go online at arrogantbastard.com and slash double bastard and check out more information on it, I guess. It's a pretty heavy beer, and there, as is the case with a lot of Stone Brewing Company beers, they have a big, long, rambling, basically story behind this. I'm not going to really bore you with the details and talk about it. It's interesting. I don't want to say boring, but it really doesn't really have anything to really specifically say about the beer. It's more of a kind of comical, you're not worthy kind of thing that they put on the back. So here is the logo with the gargoyles that Stone Brewing Company is very, very famous for. As far as vessels, Double Bastard actually has its own glass, which is probably about half the size of this Sam Adams glass. However, with the style American Strong Ale, I'm going to pour it into a perfect pint glass from Sam Adams. Figured I don't want to pour it into a regular pint glass. It's a little bit more sophisticated than that. So we'll do the perfect pint glass because I just don't have the Double Bastard glass. The closest thing I have to it is a small little kind of cocktail glass. So we'll pour it into the Sam Adams perfect pint. We'll see what the head retention is here of this beer as we pour it in, and not really getting too much of a head. It's a very thin kind of film. We pour it pretty near the top. And we see a very dark amber reddish color on this, almost reminiscent of an Oktoberfest color on this beer with a light kind of frothy head. It really fills up to the top of the glass quite well. It's a very attractive looking dark red ale. If you had just passed it to me, I would think it would be like an amber lager or an Oktoberfest, as I mentioned before. But it's an American Strong Ale, which can be anything. You can have it aged in bourbon barrels. It can be basically any kind of dark color, almost stoutish looking. This one looks a little red ale looking. So let's get the aroma of Double Bastard. Getting a lot of the same smells that I get from the Arrogant Bastard. Almost a faint kind of IPA, kind of spiciness to this beer. Not very pungent. You can really kind of take in the malts of this beer. It's very malty, not the real complete hoppiness that I would maybe not say expect, but expecting a little more of a pungent smell. But I'm definitely getting a spice characteristic of this beer. But I would say the aroma is, the aroma is not really jumping out at me. I'm assuming the 11.2% alcohol is going to jump out at me when I taste this beer, but the aroma, almost smells like a session beer. It almost is kind of a little bit deceitful as far as the aroma goes, and maybe that's part of the lure of the Double Bastard. Let's get the taste of Stone Double Bastard Ale. Oh my God. This is one of those double beers like I know like Rogue does double dead guy, and a few other brewing companies do a double whatever, and sometimes they're even different styles, or they just call them double whatever. This beer actually genuinely tastes like a stronger version of Oaked Arrogant Bastard. It's basically what it is. It's a strong version of Oaked regular Arrogant Bastard, or Oaked. Definitely not getting the oak characteristic in this one, but then it would be called Oaked Double Bastard, I guess, which I don't think exists, but it could. Very, very tasty. I loved Arrogant Bastard. It's just a unique taste. I never really had an ale that really had that kind of smoky, but not barbecuey kind of taste, if you will. It's not a burnt beer, not a smoked beer, but you definitely get that charred kind of sense from drinking this. Oh, I'll tell you what. These bastard ales are very unique. They're different than anything I've ever tasted. I've never tasted anything quite like this before. So they're unique in that sense, which is awesome because we're always looking for unique beers. Wow, just a really heavy taste on this beer. I like it. I love the high ABV beers. I consider even Arrogant Bastard, pretty much on the higher end, 7.5, or whatever it is. This being 11.2, it's, definitely not a beer that you want to drink heavily. And I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this bomber tonight, but because I got it. I'm gonna give Double Bastard Ale a 9.5 out of 10.